So today I'm going to fit the brake pedal, the rear brake mechanism, and it's operated off the foot brake via a steel rod that runs all the way up. See if we can get it. From the brake all the way up to there. And like most things, when you buy things, because this is a replacement part for it because I lost the original years ago, they don't even come complete really. It's poor standard British working. They couldn't even put a split pin into it. I've had to supply my own split pin in it. And secondly, the actual bracket that goes through there, I mean, it's really simple. It's not hard, is it really? It's a little thing that goes, oh, so you can do it, little thing that goes through. Yeah, doesn't fit. So I'm going to have to grind it down on the good old Dremel again to make that thinner so that it goes through all the way in there. So I'm going to go to the Dremel. I shouldn't have to grind them off all the time, but I'll just do some more grinding and bring it down a bit. You could actually feel the roughness of the machine work. Why do we have to do that? I don't know. Just when you buy a part, it should fit. You shouldn't have to tailor it to do it. Just practice. I don't know if you can see that bit there. So I've ground it down so that it now fits through there like it should have done in the first place. Just really bad, wrong size, totally wrong size, but it works. The only trouble is I'm going to have to paint that now, otherwise it'll rust up. So the next step, let's have a look then, see if we can just move the camera back and do it. The next step is relatively simple. Is to slip the rod on through the brake pedal, put a split pin in, I'll only do it for a little while, just so for the time being, because good job I didn't bend this really back all the way, because need the spring, it goes through, the adjuster nut on the end. Just for now. And get it in. And there you go. It needs adjusting obviously, which I can do when I get round to it, but just for the time being, the brake, the rear brake now by this rod is all done. Oops. And that's really it. It's even more basic than the other one, and it's all done. You just have to adjust the nut at the back to make it work, make it nice and tight. But in a moment, I'm going to be another episode. I'm going to be taking off the back wheel because I'm going to be building my own wiring loom, because the wiring loom that I bought for the bike is a rubbish one. I could have done better myself. So I've got some wire, and it's a very basic wiring loom. So what I'm going to do is when I do it on that episode, then the wheel will be off and I'll be able to make my own wiring loom. But for now, there's the success of the rear brake, and it's all working. I've no idea why they've given me all these washers. Maybe it's to go around there to make the spring tighter, but I'll take them off when I get a bit more. So for the time being, because it's only on there temporary. Okay, right. So today I'm going to continue sorting out the rear brake. Now, where I left it the last time was that we had this bracket on, and it fitted quite nicely really. Let's just take it off and show you. I haven't put it on tight. Well, let's just undo this. Just undo the little nail nut. Good expression that. No. So it was fitted. Oops, wrong way around. Onto there. I'll just put the nut on to stop it from slipping off for now. And you can see it's a bit dull in here, so I can get some light, more extra light on it. Is that a bit bright? Oh, I'm standing in the light, aren't I, really? Let's see if I can. A bit better. So it was fitted. When I did the trial fit, I just literally put it all together. Yeah, the bracket's there, and if you remember when I was doing it, I was complaining about this didn't fit through there properly, so I ended up having to grind it down a bit. And also I was complaining about the rod, brake rod, not fitting properly there, and one thing and another. And it looked more or less like that. I want to be careful here because I don't want to scratch the paint of the bike. And it looked like that, and through pushing the brake pedal we got it to work. But there was a problem, and the problem was the brake rod was catching, and it was catching either on the frame here or at the bottom of the suspension thing. And I'm thinking, well, that can't be right. What do you have to do? Bend it out of the way? That's ludicrous in terms of that, how it fitted. So I'm thinking, that can't be right. So I did what everybody does, stopped it, went for a cup of tea, give it some thought and came back. And then I was looking for something else in my garage and I came across this, right, which looks the same, almost the same as that, and I blasted it clean. It's been through the sandblaster, so it's nice and clean and tidy. And I've done that for a reason, and I can't remember what it was. But then I realised that the part I thought was correct, this, is different. Can you see? Look at the differences in them. So the part that I'd bought from or got somewhere, I had no idea how it happened, but it's got mixed up with this one. So I thought, right, what about that then? Does that fit? Well, the first thing I did is check to see whether the little bit in the middle goes round. And do you know what? It spins brilliantly. So, alright, if that's the case then, let's see, we'll put that on. Think, fits on, no problem. So, washer, spring washer, and the lock nut. So what I'll do is I'll just nip it up, because I'm going to have to take it off again to paint it, but I'll just nip it up so you can see that it's moving there, look, right? So, okay, but what about this? So let's push it all the way through. Does it fit? Oh, something not quite right there. So let's see about doing it from the bottom. So we'll just turn that round. Get the lock nut, the little nailed nut as we were talking about earlier. Just a couple of threads just to hold it on. And put it on the wrong way. I'll put it under the arm there, when really it's got to go over the arm. So let's just try again. Just put a couple of threads on, and then let's have a look over here. So, does it fit? Yes. Is it catching? No. Is it catching on there? No. Does it work? Oh, it does. But then I'm looking and I'm thinking, well, if that's only held on by a split pin there, ouch, if that's only held on by a split pin, then there's a gap there. It can't do that. Surely that would rock and roll away. Unfortunately, yeah, but I don't like that. So in order to fix it, I got a little nut, put it on, then I've got a washer, put it on, and then I've taken the split pin. And if you remember last time I was talking about this, the rod doesn't come with a split pin, and so it's false economy not to put one on. Why? They cost next to nothing, but anyway. So, split pin on, and it doesn't move. I'll tighten it, I'll just see if it'll zoom in a little bit. That's better. So let's have a look then along the to the brake. So when I pull it, it works great, and obviously it's got to be adjusted, which is done by twirling the knob a little bit. I'm not going to do it all the way, but look. And what's important, not catching on the frame of the bike, nor under there at the back, under the suspension arm there. Look, not catching at all. So what's the lesson to be learnt? I'll just push it back. So the lesson to be learnt really is use the right bits. I thought that was the right bit. It probably is the right bit for a different Bantam. You know, probably is for a different Bantam, who knows. But that's the right bit, not that one. So what I've got to do now is I've got to take it off again, and I'm going to paint it so that it matches into that, because I've got some spare paint. And then when that's done, put it back on. But there you go, a working brake mended, all as the result really of doing that, which us Bantam owners tend to do, is to go for a cup of tea. So it's job done. Thank you very much.